call to you now, great spirit and sacred powers of the fires, you that bring forth heat, you that bring forth motion and movement, you that bring forth aliveness, that you, great spirit of fire, may bless and empower this sacred work, that you may bring forth heat and energy to this sacred cone of incense, that you, great spirit and powers of fire, may manifest your holy blessings to cleanse and to purify this candle of any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. In the name of Hecate, I invoke thy power and presence, great spirit of fire, I call you now. Hail. I call to you now, great spirit of air. I ask of you now that you be blessed and empowered, that you feed from the energies of this sacred air, that you manifest your holy power, great spirit of air, that as the sacred smoke rises and fills the air, that it bring forth its cleansing and purification upon this candle, and all that be touched by it, that it be cleansed and purified of any and all unwanted influences and forces, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. Great spirits of air, in the name of Hecate, I invoke thy presence and power and aid. So moved. By the sacred union now of this air and fire, as this sacred incense is burned, it brings forth this power to manifest this my will and intention, to cleanse and purify this candle of any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen. So mote it be. By the blessed power now of this sacred incense, as it is lit, let it manifest now this my will and intention, to bring forth your powers now, great spirit of fire, great spirit of air, to cleanse and to purify now this candle of any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. In the name of Hecate, great spirits of fire and air, hail and welcome. So mote it be. Blessed be. Alright. So usually when we're doing spell work within some forms of witchcraft, right? The way that we're doing it now though anyway is I like to do a counterclockwise motion if I'm gonna remove something. So the way that I would do that, the way that I work with the elements, the earth is in the north, the water's in the west, the fire's in the south, and the air's in the east. So if I'm going to work in a counterclockwise motion, I personally start in the north, and then I go that way. And since I'm starting in the north, that would mean that I'm working with my holy water because it has my salt in it. So I also want to make mention now, on a candle, the wick, the way that I was taught it, is the head, the base is the foot. Just like when you take a shower and you wash from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, you cleanse your candle the same way. You cleanse it from the top, where the wick is, where you're going to burn it, to the bottom. And what you do, and I was taught this by my Elder Mama Star, what you do is you go away from you, because we're removing it, okay? We're removing the negativity, so we're doing it away from us. So the wick is here, and the wick is going to be closer to us, where the bottom end is going to be further out. And you would go from the top of the candle to the bottom and away from you, away from you. And you would go in a counterclockwise motion. So obviously if the clock goes like this, you go the other way. So as you're doing it, you're going like that. But I want to make that mention so that way you have that in your head, how it is that you cleanse, okay? So with that said, let's go. In your name, my goddess, I could say, by your blessings and by your assistance, great spirit of this holy water, salt and water, by casting thee, no harmful spell nor purpose be. By the blessed powers now of this sacred holy water, I know, I name, and I claim that this candle is cleansed and purified of any and all previous energies now, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. By the blessed powers now of this sacred holy water, I cleanse and purify now this wick, this wax, and this candle of all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. In the name of Hecate, by my will and intention, by the powers of this sacred holy water, this candle is cleansed and is purified of any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. And this is so from top to bottom. So mote it be. And now, That was the salt, that was the water. And now we're going to do it by the sacred smoke. So we have the smoke here, and again, top to bottom, we start with. Great Spirit of this sacred smoke, I ask of you now, Great Spirit of the air and Great Spirit of fire, to cleanse and to purify, to remove now from this candle any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed, that this candle now be made sacred and holy, cleansed and purified of any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. In the name of the goddess Hecate, by these sacred elements of fire and air, this candle is cleansed and is purified of any and all previous energies. It is made sacred and holy to manifest this my will. In the name of Hecate, by the great powers of air and of fire, this candle is cleansed and is purified of any and all previous energies, known and unknown, seen and unseen, named and unnamed. So mote it be. By my will and intention, in the name of Hecate, the great queen of all magic, witchcraft, and sorcery, by the sacred 5 elements of creation, destruction, and rebirth, this candle now is cleansed and is purified of all previous energies. It is now made sacred and holy for this work. And this is so. So mote it be. In the name of Hecate. Bam. Okay, so that's it, y'all. That's how I would cleanse my candles. That's one of the witchcraft ways that I like to do it, by the 5 elements. As you've seen, the 4 elements. The 5th element is the spirit. That's your breath, along with your higher powers, breath and energy working through you. Then after that, after your candle's done being cleansed, you would go ahead and anoint it with, well, I guess dress it is what it would be called. We anoint ourselves and we dress our candles. So you would go ahead and dress, which means getting an oil or herbs and putting it on the candle a certain way, and then you would do other spiritual work in order to help to bring about what you desire. We always give thanks and we honor the spirits that helped us do this sacred work. And so you have to make sure that when you're done working with them and calling in their spirits, like in this case, I would continue to let the incense burn down all the way as my way of saying thank you. For the holy water and stuff, I would go ahead and, of course, give honor and thanks as well, but this isn't going to evaporate, so we would just put the lid back on it and go ahead and close it up. I want to show you what that looks like. So I honor and give reverence and thanks to you, sacred spirits, to you, sacred elements, great spirits of fire, great spirits of air, great spirits of water, great spirits of salt. I honor and thank you, my goddess Hecate, to all of you, sacred spirits, who blessed and empowered me in this sacred work. I honor and thank you for your blessings and for your assistance. May you return now to your quarter, harming none along the way. In the name of Hecate, the great queen of all magic, witchcraft, and sorcery, this is so. So mote it be. Blessed be. Alright. So that's the last thing that I want to mention, is that you would honor the spirits, give thanks to all of them for being here, and especially when you're working with the elements, make sure to dismiss them, because it might not seem like a problem now, but it could be a problem later. Elements left unchecked, and whether you have too much of one thing or not enough of the other, it can be destructive. So keep that in mind, y'all. Alright? You guys got comments, questions? Let me know. Alright. Peace.